We're back at Brooklands, and it's great to see some competition taking place today. Lots of pre-war cars. And today it's the Vintage Sports Car Club driving tests. Okay, it looks like we're heading into the lunchtime session, so some of the cars are now coming in, having been campaigned around the track this morning. And we've got a rather unusual one here. Hello there, sir.
Hi there.
Hi there. And what's your name?
It's Paul Compton.
Hello, Paul. And what sort of vehicle have you got here?
Oh, it's a total special. It's a Fiat chassis with a Wolseley Hornet special engine in it. So it's very light and quite powerful for the chassis weight. So it's good fun.
Yeah, we've seen you going around this morning on the finishing straight there, slipping around quite a bit.
Yes, it's got plenty of power, so it's very easy to provoke a slide. And on a day like this when it's wet, it's even easier. It just makes it such great fun.
So, as a special, was it made some time ago, or was something you've done?
It was built in this form in 1956, and was campaigned for about 10 years, then spent about 20 years sitting in a barn, and then early 90s it was resurrected and rebuilt, and I bought it about 10 years ago and been playing with it ever since.
Yeah, we've seen you up here quite a few times, on the particularly on the Vintage Sports Car Club days.
Yes, that's right. Yes, well, they're about the only ones I normally do, but it gives me enough to keep me busy during the year.
Absolutely. This one's unusual with the slightly bent radiator grills. What was the story on those?
That's a souvenir of Goodwood. I was doing a VSCC sprint and went out first car after lunch after it had been tipping with rain, and second corner I just pirouetted straight into the bank. So I've straightened out the front of the car but left that as a souvenir.
Just a little reminder. Brilliant. Thank you very much, Paul. As always, the cars do provoke a lot of interest with people coming to look at the engines. And we're going to have a quick word with this lady here. Hello. Hiya. How are you?
I'm very happy to be here.
Excellent. And what's your name?
Angelica Fuentes. I am Mexican.
Hi, Angelica. And what car have you got here today?
This is the low card special. It's a 1928 Peugeot, and it has a Jap engine.
And you're regular on these VSCC driving tests?
Yeah, I think I have become quite a regular now. I love them, and it's such a challenge, but it's so great fun.
And how long have you been driving this?
Well, this car just only two years, but I have been involved in motor racing for 39 years.
some time. What were you racing before?
Well, I am a professional co-driver, so I did a lot of rallying in Mexico. I'm Mexican champion. I just came back of racing La Carrera Panamericana, so I just landed on Thursday. And yeah, modern cars, old cars. We do the London to Brighton as well, and whatever smell like petrol, I'm there.
So you're a true petrol head then, by the sound of it.
Absolutely, I love it. It's a wonderful sport.
And what do you think of it out on the track this morning? It's a bit slippery?
It is a little bit slippery, especially with these cars. People don't realize I don't have brakes on the front, only on the rear. So you have to be more cautious because it just slides. The car just doesn't brake. So yeah, but it's great fun. It's lovely, and it's lovely setting, and it's lovely. Look, the sun is shining now.
Yeah, surprising after the torrential rain we had this morning. You weren't out in that, were you?
Absolutely, it was just horrible. But you know, the weather is smiling at us, so that's good.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Thanks. Well, the sun's out, which is a remarkable difference from this morning when there was torrential rain, and obviously delayed things a little bit. But I expect some of these cars were out in that. And we're coming over by the Brooklands aircraft factory and flight shed now, and we've got a row of the competitors' cars, and we're going to find someone to talk to. And we've got a gent. Looks like he's putting the cover on his Riley. Hello there, sir.
Hello there.
How are you?
I'm drying out slowly, following a wet drive up from Sussex this morning.
Was it? You didn't compete in that rain, did you, this morning?
It just stopped before we started. So, it would have been difficult if it had still been raining.
But you drove this all the way from Sussex in that torrential rain?
Yeah, from Midhurst, and my cap flew off on the A3, never to be found again, so it's cost me dearly.
Oh dear. So if you want a flat cap, it's somewhere on the A3 in a big puddle.
A3 on the slow lane coming towards London.
So how have you fared this morning, do you think?
Slow and steady. I know I haven't got any faults yet, but I'm not the fastest in the class, but I think it's all about getting it right.
Well, I think accuracy can matter. I've been watching it this morning, and some were not very accurate at all, although they were fast. They were missing things out and doing things completely wrong. But I did watch you, and you were slow and steady, I guess.
That's really what the car is, really. It's a slow and steady sort of car. I mean, it's a standard 9, so it's not got anything special done to it. So I just competed it in its standard format, and we'll see how it goes.
So this is a Riley 9 from what year?
1929, and I've had it about 10 years.
Has been great fun?
Yes, actually, I've also got a Fiat Balilla, which is 1934, but I've always wanted a vintage car, and this is sort of epitome of the vintage era. The way it's put together, cable brakes, slightly noisy gearbox, engine that's got a very long stroke and not a lot of power, but it's entertaining to drive. It keeps you on your toes.
I think that's the main thing, isn't it? A lot of them were having trouble stopping this morning when those brakes came on. You had the same thing?
Well, I because as you say, I wasn't going too fast, so I wasn't skidding to a halt. I was taking it steady.
That's probably the way to do it, I think. At least you won't get any penalty points.
Well, that's the starting point. It's like when you rally, the idea is to get round, and then you start worrying about your times. So, yeah.
Absolutely. So you're going out again this afternoon?
Yeah, it looks like they might be opening the test hill this afternoon. I've seen people walk up it, and we weren't allowed to do that this morning because the weather was so bad, and there was a bit of debris blowing around on it, but hopefully we'll be able to scoot up the hill this afternoon.
Yeah, it can get a bit wet up there, particularly with the leaves that are falling down on it at the moment.
All right.
Makes it a bit too slippery, really.
Yes, yeah. But, so I've never taken this car up there. The Fiat flies up there, but this is about 3 times the weight of the Fiat, so be interested to see.
It should be interesting. Well, good luck with that this afternoon, then.
Thank you.
Thank you. So they're still all coming in, and we have here an MG, beautiful red. Hello there, sir. Have a quick word with you about your escapades this morning. So how did you think it went?
Okay, I think, yeah. I didn't get any wrong tests, which is the main thing. But what the other people in the class are doing, I don't know, because I haven't seen them performing, so.
And you're seeing a rather lovely MG. What exactly is this car?
1936 MGTA. It's original. It's got the engine it left the factory with. So yeah, absolutely standard, and I enjoy abusing it.
Yeah, so there's no tweaks or anything for doing these driving tests?
Nothing at all. No, standard spring, shock absorbers, everything. So.
And you've owned the car long?
About 7 years. So.
And you do a lot of these driving tests?
Yes, in this and in more modern stuff as well.
So what sort of modern stuff have you got?
I've got a Mark 1 Escort and Austin Healey Sprite, both of which I use for competitions.
I'm not sure either of those are particularly modern.
Well, I run around in a Skoda, but that's the tow car.
So you obviously enjoy being out in the MG. Did you drive up in all that rain this morning?
I actually towed it up because it was so blooming wet.
That's probably a wise decision. Can I ask what your name is?
Martin Neal.
Martin, thanks very much. Okay, we've got another one just come in here, and I have absolutely no idea what this car is. This young man's going to tell me what it is. Hello there. Oh, yeah.
Ford Model T.
It is a Ford Model T, is it?
With a Ford Model A engine and gearbox.
And what sort of year is this?
The chassis is 1925. The engine's 1929, I think.
And is it a homemade special or
Homemade special for trialling.
It doesn't look like it came out of the factory like this.
It's made for one purpose, really, going up muddy hills.
And is it a more modern sort of combination of vehicles, or is it an old conversion?
Built about 5 years ago, I think, by a man called David Golightly.
Okay. And does he make a habit of doing this sort of thing?
He's made a couple, yeah. He used to be a very competitive trials driver.
So what year would you enter it as if it's got bits from different years?
It's entered as 1929.
It looks great fun out there. It looks
It
really
is.
powerful.
Yeah, well, it's Model A engine, so 3.3 litre 4-cylinder engine, just like a tractor, basically.
Right.
Loads of grunt, low down.
Yeah, a load of torque on that, I should think.
Yeah, plenty.
Certainly looked it when you were going around there with the back going out pretty rapidly.
And then only rear wheel brakes as well, which makes it a bit more difficult to stop.
Yeah, I saw quite a few having problems out there this morning.
Yeah, very slippy this morning.
It all looks pretty basic in there. Is it comfortable?
Not really. You're sat on top of the chassis.
Yeah.
With your feet either side of the chassis rails. Not much movement.
Yeah, so it's a bit tricky to drive then.
Yes.
Goodness me. Thank you very much. And your name is?
Peter Batty.
Peter Batty. Lovely. Thank you, Peter.
Okay,
there we've got one of the larger vehicles here. I'm not quite sure what this is, but it's got a massive engine in the front. Hello there.
Hello.
And what's your name?
I'm Toby.
Hi, Toby. And what sort of vehicle is this?
This is a 1927 Bean 1850. One of only 3 in the country.
Goodness me, it's not a name I'm overly familiar with. How many cars did Bean make?
Bean made, I think about 20,000 cars in the 20s. They were, in 1922, for a few months, the largest car manufacturer in the country. But they fizzled out quite quickly.
Yeah, they didn't get taken over by someone else, did they?
No, they withdrew from car manufacture, focused on casting parts for other companies. So.
Okay, so the whole manufacturer is an original Bean. Is that the engine as well?
The engine is actually a Meadows engine. They bought that in from elsewhere. This model was a colonial model that they threw together quickly to sell more cars in Australia. Before that, they built all their own parts.
It looks like quite a hefty lump in there. What actually size is it?
It's 2.7 litres. It's a Meadows 6-cylinder. It's a bit tuned. It's probably now about 90 horsepower. So it goes pretty well.
So they wouldn't have been that powerful originally?
No, they're about 50 originally.
Yeah, it's quite a sedate, I guess, looking vehicle. Probably not sort of thing you see in driving tests too often.
No, it's a bit big for this, really. It's the longest wheelbase here, I think, so it's a bit hard on the arm muscles, but it's good fun.
Yeah, it's hard to sort of swing the back out on these, like I've seen some of the little Austin 7s and things doing.
Oh, I've been trying, but it's it is hard work, but it's all good fun.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cheers. Okay, we're just chasing after a rather lovely blue Austin 7 here. Of course, Austin's are really very good at these sort of driving tests. We're going to have to be careful. He's doing a lot of manoeuvring. Okay, now we're going to catch up with this lady here. And your name is?
Erica. Erica Pilkington.
Hello, Erica. And this is obviously your car?
No, it's my sister's car. No, I normally drive an Ulster.
An Austin Ulster?
Yes.
Yeah.
But the engine's out after a few events, so I've borrowed a spare from my sister, who's in the Alpha today.
Ah, I see. This is certainly a very nice looking car.
It is.
Been restored, obviously.
Yes, I think she's had it for a couple of years, but it was already restored when she got it. So it's runs very well, and since we're getting some test runs, we get to make sure that it's not a memory test, it's a driving test instead.
Yeah, I have watched you out there this morning. You've been throwing it about quite a bit.
Well, I think maybe that's because the Ulster goes perhaps a little bit faster than this, so I'm quite optimistic.
Trying to acclimatise to a slightly less powerful car, really. But yeah, it is lovely. What year is this one?
29.
So 1929 Austin 7.
Chummy.
It's a chummy. Yeah, it is beautiful. Is it easy to drive?
Yes, very, very, very easy. It's only got a 3-speed box, and it's in reverse and first are in different places on the Ulster, so that took a little bit of remembering this morning.
Tricky, couldn't it?
But apart from that, yes, they're very, very straightforward.
And what's it like?
Clutching only, but that's good, and the brakes are quite good for an Austin 7.
I was just going to ask about the brakes. A lot of them are having a bit of trouble this morning out there.
Yes,
and
they're going a lot faster than the Austin's going. So even in the wet, I haven't sort of locked the wheels or anything.
Lovely. How do you think you're doing?
I'm doing all right, actually. I think I have got one that I made a mistake on, unfortunately, but. Yes, apart from that, it's a standard car, so hopefully...
Cert trophies on its way?
That'll be my sister, I suspect, in the Alpha.
It usually is.
Yes.
Usually is. Brilliant. Thanks very much. Thank you. Okay, it's a little bit scary over in this corner now. It is Halloween after all, and over here we've got a couple of cars with spiders and a bat, and a lady who appears to be a skeleton. Hello there.
Hello.
And what's your name?
My name's Sarah.
And you're certainly dressed for the part today.
Well, someone has to be.
They do. And we're standing by the car you were driving, which
That's
is
right, yes.
It's a Fraser Nash, I can see. But
Yeah, Fraser
what is
Nash
it?
Summit Special, 1927.
And this is your car?
It belongs to my other half, but yes.
All right. Is that the other half that's next door to you here?
Yes, he's in the Allied, yes, yeah.
Yeah. It's nice to see sort of dressing up and I don't know what it is, a bat skeleton and a spider on the front there. It's quite interesting. Throw yourself into the spirit of it today.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, and obviously you've got the two cars. Is this part of a collection or
Yes, so and we like to use them. So all our cars are used. So we mainly trial, which is mud plugging, so letting the back tyres down to 8-9 psi and trying to get as far up hills as we possibly can, which I love. I have an Austin Ulster that I do that in, but yes,
right,
yeah. But my other half takes the Allard and he does mud plugging.
Hill climbs and
yeah,
things like that
exactly,
as well.
yeah. Which is great because you get streams of mud coming out the back of the Allard, because of the back wheels. So
quite spectacular. I can imagine.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, so this is quite sedate for you this morning.
But it's still quite exhilarating though, because you have to, look at the map and try and remember it all. So
that's, I suppose that's the difference. Hill climbing is fairly easy on navigation because you just go.
Yeah, you just got to keep an eye on the numbers. But yeah.
But with this, you have to remember what cones you've been round.
Yeah. And the trouble is, you get halfway round and you suddenly think, have I done enough loops? Have I got to do another loop? Or so yeah.
We saw a few people getting that wrong this morning on that middle one, particularly where you have to do 3 loops.
Yes, yeah.
And some are only doing 2, and some are doing the wrong way, and all sorts of things. I think you did it all right.
I did it all right. Yes, yeah.
So you're doing well today?
I only messed up my first hill, but then I had a second go, so that's okay. So yeah, the first one was hill 3, I think. So, 6.
Right.
One over there. So yeah, and I messed it up, and I just because we can't walk it, so they allow you to have a practice, which I messed up, and then I got it right. So yeah, all okay.
You can get one completely wrong, and it doesn't matter, and it doesn't count.
No, that's right. Yeah, you get 2 attempts at every hill.
Do you drive over in these?
No, this one was trailered, and this one was in the back of a van.
It
fits in the back of a Mercedes van. So
yeah. Still not too nice driving in all that rain, was it?
No, and it wasn't nice getting it out either. So poor car.
Yeah, but they look like they've been well campaigned.
Yes, that is very true. They have been well campaigned. Yeah.
Okay, and have you got any other cars?
Yes, we have quite a few, including a car that Archie Fraser-Nash ran here at Brooklands in 1921, and he actually won the 200-mile race with it. It's a very unique engine. It's called the T-Drive engine, and it's a one-off engine, and we're just currently getting to the end of rebuilding that car, so hopefully that'll be out doing things in the near future.
And is that going to be hill climbed? And
well, I don't know, because it is very. It
sounds a bit special to me.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's a one-off. There are no other T-Drive engine cars in existence. There was only one T-Drive engine, so it's a very precious car. Yeah.